What's up guys, Brad here, aka Home Theater Gamer, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my top 10 best sounding games of all time. So a lot of us are stuck at home right now and probably itching to play some games, and maybe you also want to give your system a workout. Well, that's what this video is all about. So I'll be going over this subjective list of my top 10 best sounding games of all time. Now this isn't a definitive list by any means. I'm probably going to leave something out that you guys love, and if that's the case, leave a comment down below and let me know what games you think sound awesome. Oh yeah, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for new content every week. And now without further ado, let's get into my top 10 best sounding games. Number 10, the Bioshock series. This is the first game I played when I got my SVS subwoofer. At the time, I hadn't heard anything like it. The game was an audio powerhouse on my measly 5.1 system back then, and the remastered games hold up extremely well and sound great using an Atmos upmixer. And the bass, oh man. I was still surprised how deep it digs when you're dealing with big daddies, and the sounds they make still sends shivers down my spine. All the Bioshock games sound great, but my nod still goes to the first one. Number 9, Red Dead Redemption 2. If you were to go back through some of my old videos, you'll notice I made a lot of Red Dead 2 videos. I spent way too much time playing that game, but the thing I still remember is the sound. Rockstar's attention to detail in every aspect of the sound design really shows, from the shell casings hitting the dirt to explosions caused by dynamite. This is a very dynamic mix that just begs to be turned up. It may not hit the extreme low notes that others do on this list, but it's still one of the best sounding games I've ever played. Number 8, God of War. So I have a confession to make. I didn't like the previous God of War games. For whatever reason, I just couldn't get into them. 2018's God of War had me hooked from the start though, with part of that being its awesome sound and score. Every axe swing just had heft and weight to it, and using your abilities creates some amazing surround effects that are well suited for Atmos upmixing. One of my favorite moments is anytime the World Serpent speaks. He literally takes over your room with such a deep, demanding voice that it actually startled me at first. Number 7, the Battlefield series. Love it or hate it, the Battlefield series is still one of the top dogs when it comes to audio. Starting with Battlefield Bad Company 2, the team at DICE really upped the game when it came to audio. Battlefield 5 still gets me every time I boot it up. Tank fire has ample low end, guns sound fantastic without sounding overly Hollywood, and the musical score hits all the right notes. It's a shame these don't support native Dolby Atmos, but upmixing still does a great job. I may catch some flack for this, but take it off the War Tapes audio mix. You're losing all dynamics and compressing the hell out of it, so footsteps will sound about as loud as an explosion. Set it for large speakers and turn it up, you'll thank me later. Number 6, Metro Exodus. The previous 2 Metro games had decent sound design and music, but ultimately they fall flat compared to Metro Exodus. A rich, detailed, and dynamic sound mix really ups the immersion, right down to accurate reverberation in interiors and equally impressive audio outdoors. And it supports Dolby Atmos with excellent use of the height channels. You get extra points if you play the game in Russian with English subtitles. Number 5, The Division 2. Everyone's least favorite looter shooter from Ubisoft. Wait, I thought that was The Division, the first one. I think this one's pretty good. Packs a pretty big punch when it comes to audio. Explosions and grenades have this visceral punch to them, as do the heavy weapons. Hell, just running around the world, you can hear the excellent sound design on your character alone by the way all your gear clacks and clanks. This is another game that also supports Dolby Atmos, and again, makes excellent use of the height channels. Number 4, The Last of Us. I don't think I could make a video about kick-ass audio in a game and not mention The Last of Us. Even back in the day playing on a PS3 and 7.1 LPCM, this game's audio was and still is one of the best I've ever heard. Guns, especially the shorty, will knock you back in your seat if you have this cranked up. The opening race to safety through downtown is still one of my go-to scenes, with the gas station explosion taking center stage. And as usual with Naughty Dog, they give you adjustments right down to speaker angles that let you really tailor the sound to your system. Number 3, Control. Having played through Control recently, I came away equally impressed with the audio as I did with the story and gameplay. Remedy has this knack for creating this living, breathing world that has excellent sound design, as evidenced in previous work like the first Max Payne and Alan Wake. All the different gun sounds are on point, as are the explosions and debris flying around where you're using your telekinetic powers. The voice acting is some of the best I've heard, and using Dolby Atmos upmixing lends a verticality to the sound that you'd miss out on otherwise. Number 2, Modern Warfare. If there's one game that is literally one long demo for Dolby Atmos, this is it. Right from the beginning, this game just envelops you in sound. It's impressive just how deep the bass is. Just check out the bass bombing near the beginning of the game for a nice thump in your chest if you have a capable enough sound system. Thankfully, the mix is extremely dynamic and doesn't suffer from tons of compression, which means while it is loud if you crank it up, fatiguing on the ears it is not. Number 1, the Uncharted series. Naughty Dog is known for the polish they put in their games. While the first game in the series has decent audio, Uncharted 2 is where the series really started treating audio as if it were a movie. The opening cliffside train slide still has some amazing audio moments, and the opening plane sequence in Uncharted 3 will put a smile on your face if you have a decent sound system. Uncharted 4 will also give your system a workout and works great with the Dolby Atmos upmixer. Honorable mention, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. So I know this is a video about games with awesome sound on your home theater, but as a bonus I wanted to mention this game for its use of binaural audio. While I'd always recommend playing on a surround sound setup if possible, this is one of the few games that actually works way better with headphones. Throughout the game, voices in Senua's head speak to her, which if you're wearing headphones, literally sound like voices in your head. If you played the game but have never tried it with headphones, definitely check it out. And that's it for this one. What games do you think have kick-ass audio? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Also hit that bell notification so you'll be notified when I upload a new video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where I put a car in someone's dorm room.